Hi, my name is Alex and welcome to the Crochet Circle.
Hi and welcome to part 1 of the video tutorial on how to crochet a mushroom. So I already crocheted few of the mushrooms, these are just two. I already crocheted this smaller one that I'm gonna be also using as a ornament. Um, if you go smaller you can also use it as a pin. But in this part 1 I want to show you how to crochet the stem of the mushroom with the ring. The ring is of course optional, and how to create the cap of the mushroom. Now I'm also gonna explain some variants that you can do to not make it as pointy but more flat. But everything about it I'm gonna just explain through the video. First things first, I want to talk about what you need. So I will be using some white and some green cotton yarn. I also have some sequences here, but that comes into the part number 2, just like the beads that I have here. You will definitely need some fiber fill, scissors, crochet hook. I have some tweezers here for much easier filling, stuffing up the mushroom, and of course a needle. And I think now that you know what you need and what this tutorial is gonna be about, we can start crocheting. Let's begin with the crocheting. So this is our mushroom that I'm gonna be making. Through the process, while I'm gonna be crocheting, I am gonna give you out some pointers how you can adjust the pattern for perhaps make not so pointy head, so a more flatter one, and also where to put the ring, and if you want a shorter stem or a narrower stem, then where you have to not increase as much as it is in the pattern. But all those notes are also going to be linked down in the description below. But for now, this is the mushroom I'm gonna be making. I'm gonna be making a green one this time, but you can choose whatever color you want. And I'm gonna begin with the stem. So with the bottom part, I'm gonna move the things that I don't need on the side. I have my 3.5mm crochet hook here, and I have some cotton yarn. I chose white, even though it is a bit too bright sometimes for making a tutorial, but I think it still needs to be white, the stem of the mushroom. You can use any color you want, as I already mentioned before, but I'm gonna be using a white one. Okay, so let's begin with a magic ring. That means yarn twice around my thumb. I go in with my crochet hook, grab the working yarn, pull it through and make a chain 1. Adjust the magic ring just a little bit, and the first row calls for 6 single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now I can close up the magic ring. The next row calls for 12 stitches. That means that in each stitch I need to do an increase. So I'm gonna have 6 increases, and an increase stitch is just 2 single crochet stitches in one. So 1, 2 is an increase, 3, 4 is an increase, so that's 3 and 4. 5, 6 is an increase, 7, 8 is an increase, 9, 10 is an increase, 11, 12 is an increase. Now I have 12 stitches around. Now the next row calls for 18 stitches. That means I need to do an increase and a single crochet, and I need to repeat that 6 times. So 1, 2 is an increase, 3 is a single crochet stitch, 4, 5 is an increase, 6 is a single crochet, 7, 8 is an increase, 9 is a single crochet, 10, 11 is an increase, 12 is a single crochet, 13, 14 is an increase, 15 a single crochet stitch, 16, 17 an increase, and 18 a single crochet stitch. Now the next 2 rows call for 18 stitches, so that means just single crochet in each of the stitch all the way around twice. And I have to count because I'm doing it in continuous rounds. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And I need another row of 18 stitches. This time I'm gonna count silently. And 18. So this is now the bottom part done with the increases and just single crochets. As you can see, now it's kind of starts to get narrower, so that means I'm gonna start doing some decreases. I can put this here. Actually, up here you're gonna have the pattern written, so every now and then when I'm gonna need it, I'm just gonna put it back into the picture. Okay, so the next round calls for 15 stitches. That means that I need to do some decreases. I need to do 4 single crochets and a decrease 3 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now number 5 is a decrease. How I'm gonna do a decrease is I'm gonna grab the front loops of the next 2 stitches and make a single crochet out of it. So that was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Are single crochet stitches. Now the next one again is a decrease, grabbing the front loop and grabbing the front loop only, pulling the yarn through and pulling the yarn through. Now I'm on 10, 4 more single crochet stitches, and a decrease. Again, grabbing the front loops only. And I'm on 15 stitches now. Now the next row calls for 15 single crochets, so in each of the stitch I'm just gonna make a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Now the next row calls again for a decrease, so I need to go from 15 to 12. How I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna repeat 3 single crochets and a decrease 3 times. So 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and a decrease again, grabbing just the front loops of the next 2 stitches and pulling the yarn through. So that was 4. Now 5, 6, 7 single crochet stitches. 8 again is a decrease, grabbing just the front loop and grabbing just the front loop and making a single crochet stitch out of it. So that was 8, 9, 10, 11, and the 12th one again a decrease where I just grab the front loops of the next 2 stitches. So now I'm down to 12 stitches. The next row calls for, actually the next 3 rows call for 12 stitches. Now you can count 3 times 12 or you can count to 36. It is up to you, but remember 3 rows. I'm on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now here is where you can play around a bit. You can do 3 rows of 12 single crochets, or you can now skip the next 2 rows of 12 single crochets and then go again into a decrease row where I'm gonna go from 12 to 10, but it's up to you. As I said, it is a bit of adjustable pattern. You can do as many rows as you want or as little. Now if you're not gonna do as many, so that means the stem is gonna be much shorter. If you're gonna do more rows, the stem is just gonna be much taller. But I still need to do, I'm gonna follow this pattern and I'm gonna do another 2 rows of 12 single crochets. Now I need just 1 more row of 12 single crochet stitches. And now I have 10 stitches all the way around. What I'm gonna do now is leave a bit of a tail, and I'm gonna grab some fiber fill, and I'm just gonna start slowly. I'm gonna slowly start putting the fiber fill in. Need a bit more. Okay, so now that I have filled up a bit of the stem, I am gonna do another decrease. I need to go from 12 to 10 stitches. How I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna do a decrease, 4 single crochets and another decrease stitch. And another 4 single crochets, of course. So first I'm gonna do a decrease, so I just grabbed the front loops of the next 2 stitches and made a single crochet out of it. So that was 1. Now I need 4 single crochets, 2, 3, 4 and 5 are the 4 single crochets. Now I need another decrease and another 4 single crochet stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. So now I have 10 stitches all the way around. If you want, you can make the ring lower or higher up. I'm gonna do it in about 3 rows, because first I need to do 2 more rows of 10 single crochets, and then I'm gonna reduce it to 9 stitches of the row. So now I need to do 2 rows of 10 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And another row of 10 single crochet stitches. So that's 2. How I find it easier to crochet is to kind of flatten it out and then do the single crochet stitches. It's easier to get a hold of, to be honest. And now I'm on 5. Again, I'm squeezing it, I'm pinching it, I am flattening it just to get to the next 3 stitches that I can do. And the last 2. Okay, so that is now 2 times 10 stitches done. What I need to do is I need to do another row of decreases where I'm gonna go from 10 stitches to 9. How I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna do 4 single crochets, a decrease, and another 4 single crochets. So 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now a decrease where I'm grabbing just the front loops of the next 2 stitches. That was 5 and 6, 7, 8 and 9. So now I'm on 9 stitches. Again, you can make the ring now on this row, or you can do it in one row later, how I'm gonna do it. So first I'm gonna do another row of 9 single crochets, and then I'm gonna show you how to make the ring. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now I'm gonna show you how to make the ring. Now the ring is optional, you don't have to make the ring, because if you take a look at, for example, this one, on this one I didn't do the ring and it still looks nice, but it's up to you. So the next row is optional. You can do it like this, or you can just do 9 single crochets through both loops. But to make the ring, first I have to do chain of 2 and a single crochet in a front loop only, all the way around, and then I do 9 single crochets on the back loop, and then continue with the stem till the top. So I'm gonna now start. So I'm gonna do a chain of 2 and into the front loop only I'm gonna do a single crochet. So chain of 2 and single crochet in the front loop only, chain of 2 in the front loop only, a single crochet stitch, chain 2 in the front loop only, a single crochet stitch. Now you can also do a chain 3 here. You can also mix chain 2 and chain 3s just to have it even more wavy, but I'm only gonna be using here chain 2 between the 2 single crochet stitches that I'm making in the front loops only. So in the front loops only a single crochet, and in between 2 single crochets I have to do a chain of 2. Now this is the last one. Then I'm gonna join with a slip stitch, and now I'm gonna do another chain. Oops, no, I'm not done yet. I missed one stitch, so I'm just gonna undo this. So chain 2, front loops only, another chain 2, and now I'm gonna go with this chain 2 into the back loops where I'm gonna make a single crochet. I hope you can see the back loops. They are kind of popping up, and I need to do a single crochet into the back loop. And that's 1. Now I need to do 8 more single crochets all the way around. So 2, 3, 4. You can see the back loops, how they are nicely popping out, so those are the stitches where you have to make the single crochets. So I'm on 5 now, 6, 7, 8, 9, and now the next row I just continue into the next stitch. So I have to do another row of 9 single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now if you take a look, this is the ring done. Now you can do 1 or 2 more rows if you want the stem to be even longer. I am gonna stop here, and now I'm gonna begin with an increases. But before I do that, I'm just gonna use some fiber fill and my tweezers, and I'm gonna stuff the stem a bit more in, just because it's easier to do it as you go. Well, it should be easier if you stuff it as you go. And I just roll it between my fingers to kind of evenly reposition it. Okay, so the ring is done. Now I need to do the increases for the bottom part of the mushroom cap. So I know I have 9 stitches. What I have to do now is go from 9 to 18. How I'm gonna do that is pretty simple. In each of the 9 stitches, I'm just gonna do an increase. That means 9 increases. 9 times 2 is 18. So let's begin. So 1, 2 is an increase. 3, 4 is an increase. 5, 6 is an increase. 7, 8 is an increase. 9, 10 is an increase. 11, 12 is an increase. 13, 14 is an increase. 13, 14, 15, 16 is an increase. And 17, 18 is an increase. So now that I have 18 stitches here, I can just increase by 6 to get a nice flat surface. So to go from 18 to 24, I need to do a single crochet, an increase, and a single crochet, and I need to repeat that 6 times. So 1, 2, 3 is an increase. 4 is a single crochet. 5 is a single crochet. 6, 7 is an increase. 8 is a single crochet. 9 single crochet. 10, 11 is an increase. And 12 a single crochet. Halfway there. 13, 14, 15 an increase. 16, 17, 18, 19 an increase. 20 a single crochet. 21 single crochet. 22, 23 an increase. 24 a single crochet. Now the next row is to go from 24 to 30. How I'm gonna do that is 3 single crochets and an increase, and repeat that 6 times. So 4, 5 is an increase. 6, 7, 8 single crochets. 9, 10 is an increase. 11, 12, 13 single crochets. 14, 15 is an increase. An increase is just 2 single crochet stitches in the same stitch. 16, 17, 18 single crochets, 19, 20 is an increase, 21, 22 and 23 single crochets, 24, 25 is an increase, 26, 7 and 28 are single crochet stitches, 29 and 30 an increase. Now I'm on the last row here, a last row for me. Now if you want you can have a much bigger bottom part, but for me I'm gonna stop at 36. Now if you would want bigger bottom part, then you just continue with the increases of 6. So to go from 30 to 36 I need to do 2 single crochets and an increase and another 2 single crochets. So 3, 4 is an increase, 5, 6 is a single crochet, 7, 8 single crochet, 9, 10 is an increase, 11, 12 single crochet, 13, 14 single crochet, 15, 16 is an increase, 17, 18 single crochets, halfway there, 19, 20 single crochets, 21, 22 is an increase, 23, 24 single crochets, 25, 26 single crochets, 27, 28 is an increase, 29 and 30 are single crochets. Now the last 6, so that means 31 and 32 single crochets, 34, 33 and 34 an increase, 35 and 36 single crochet stitches. Now I'm gonna leave just a little bit, not much, because I'm gonna then sew it on with some sewing thread, a white sewing thread. Now all I have to do for the bottom part is, for the stem, is to finish it up nicely and invisible. So I'm not gonna go into the next stitch, I'm gonna skip the next stitch, I'm gonna go into the next one, because with the loop that I'm making I'm overlapping the stitch, one stitch there, and that's it. So that is almost the bottom part done. What you can do is you can leave it like that, or you can put some beads on like I've done here. You can also just use some embroidery thread and put some green or brownish sewing straight lines there, just to kind of represent the moss and the things down on the bottom of the stem. But for now this one, it's gonna be white as well. I'm just explaining your options, what you can do. So now that I've hidden the end tail in, I'm just gonna make a knot because I don't want it to get loose, and that's it. Okay, cut the yarn. Now the stem is not completely filled. I am gonna refill it later when I'm gonna be, just before I'm gonna be sewing the stem to the top of the head. So now let's start with the second part, where I'm gonna show you how to make the head of the mushroom. So again, here you will also have some different variants that you can follow. You can make it more pointy. Well, I'm gonna make it more pointy. If you don't want to make it as pointy as this one, you just increase more, because on certain parts I'm gonna be increasing for 2 stitches per row, and you can then increase for example 3 stitches per row, and you don't have to do a row of the same number of stitches, but you can just do an increase and increase and increase, and then it's gonna be more, it's gonna be flatter. But I think for now, in this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to make a pointy cap for a mushroom. So yeah, I'm gonna be using a green one this time, just to kind of spice it up a bit, to make it a bit different. Again, I'm gonna start with a magic ring. That means yarn twice around my thumb. I go in with my crochet hook and grab the working yarn and make a chain 1. I'm readjusting the magic ring. And now I begin with 6 single crochets in the magic ring. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I have to close up the magic ring. And I continue in the next row. Now the next row calls for 9 stitches, so I need to do an increase from 6 to 9. How I'm gonna do that? I'm gonna do an increase and a single crochet, and I need to repeat that 3 times. So 1, 2 is an increase, 3 is a single crochet stitch, 4, 5 is an increase, 6 is a single crochet, 7, 8 is an increase, and 9 is a single crochet. Now the next row calls for 9 stitches, so that means 9 single crochet stitches all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now this is where you can start kind of using this pattern, but perhaps skipping a row or increase it by 3 instead of 2. It's up to you, because if you're gonna skip the row that repeats, that means it's gonna be shorter, and the cap will be, it won't be as pointy as this one is. As well, if you're using an increase by 3, again it's gonna be more flatter. Now if you would be using from an increase of 6, that means it would be even flatter. It's gonna be like this on the bottom of the cap. But we're gonna get to there. First I'm gonna be using the pattern that I'm here providing, but as I already mentioned, you can skip certain rows to make it not as pointy as this one, or just make more increases as you go. Now the next row calls for 12 stitches, so I need to go from 9 to 12. How I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna do a single crochet, an increase, and a single crochet, and I need to repeat that 3 times. So 2, 3 is an increase, 4 is a single crochet, 5 is a single crochet, 6, 7 is an increase, so that means 2 single crochet stitches in 1 stitch, 8 is a single crochet, 9 is a single crochet, 10, 11 an increase, and 12 a single crochet. Now again, you can skip the repeating of the row, but I am gonna do it because I want it more pointy. If you don't want it as pointy as this one, then just skip the next row and go into the next increases. But I am gonna be doing it like here, so that means I need 1 row of 12 single crochet stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now the next row calls for going from 12 to 14, so that means an increase of 2 per row. How I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna do an increase and 5 single crochets, so two times of course. So 1, 2 is an increase, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are single crochet stitches, 8, 9 is an increase, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 are single crochet stitches. Again, you can skip the next row where I'm gonna do just 14 single crochet stitches, and you can go into the next row of increases if you don't want it as pointy, but I want it to be pointy. So I've made 2 single crochet stitches, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Now to go from 14 to 16 stitches, I need to do 3 single crochets, an increase, 3 single crochets, and repeat that 2 times. So 1, 2, 3 are single crochet stitches, 4, 5 is an increase, 6, 7, 8 single crochet stitches, 9, 10, 11 single crochet stitches, 12, 13 an increase, 14, 15, 16 single crochet stitches. I'm gonna say it just as I did before, if you don't want the so pointy hat, skip the next round of 16 stitches, so that means your hat won't be as pointy, but just a little bit more. It's still gonna have a point, but a flatter one. But I'm gonna be using this pattern, and I'm gonna do 16 single crochets. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Now the next row calls for increase again by 2 to go up to 18 stitches. How I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna do an increase and then 7 single crochets, and I need to repeat that twice. So 1, 2 is an increase, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are single crochet stitches, 10, 11 is an increase, and another 7 single crochet stitches. So I'm here now at 18 stitches. Again, if you don't want it as pointy, you can skip the next row, but I am gonna go and make another row of 18 single crochet stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now comes the part where I'm gonna be increasing more. So now that I have 18 stitches, the increase is gonna be of 6. So I'm gonna go from 18 to 24 to 20, sorry, to 30 to 36 and to 42. And then you have, after I get to there, I'm gonna then again explain the options that you have. Okay, so to go from 18 to 24, what I need to do is a single crochet and increase and a single crochet 6 times. So 2, 3 is an increase, 4 is a single crochet, 5 is a single crochet, 6, 7 is an increase, 8 is a single crochet, 9 is a single crochet, 10, 11 an increase, 12 a single crochet, 13, 14, 15 is an increase, and 16, 17, 18, 19 is an increase, 20, 21, 22, 23 is an increase, 24 is a single crochet stitch. Now to go from 24 to 30, I need to do 3 single crochets and an increase, and I need to repeat that 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 is an increase. 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10 is an increase. 11, 12, 13, single crochet stitches. 14, 15 is an increase. 16, 17, 18 single crochets. 19, 20 is an increase. 21, 22 and 23 are single crochet stitches. 24, 25 is an increase. 26, 27 and 28 single crochet stitches. 29 and 30 is an increase. Getting there, and this is not even close enough. Okay, so now I have 30 stitches. I have to go up to 36. How I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna do 2 single crochets, an increase, and another 2 single crochets. Of course, I have to repeat that 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is an increase. 5, 6 single crochets. 7, 8 single crochets. 9, 10 is an increase. 11, 12 single crochets. 13, 14 single crochets. 15, 16 an increase. 17, 18 single crochets. 19, 20. 21, 22 is an increase. 23, 24 single crochets. 25, 26 single crochets. 27, 28 an increase. 29 and 30 single crochets. Another 2 single crochets. an increase, and the last 2 single crochets. Now to go from 36 to 42, I need to do an increase and 5 single crochets. So 1, 2 is an increase and 5 single crochets. Now that's 7. 8, 9 is an increase. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 are single crochets. 15, 16 is an increase. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 single crochet stitches. 22, 23 is an increase. 24, 5, 6, 7 and 28 are single crochet stitches. 29 and 30 is an increase. 31, 2, 3, 4, 35. Now I'm here on the last one, so that means I need to do an increase and 5 more single crochets. So that's 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now that's the top part done. You have 2 options now. You can leave it like that. You can make another row of 42 single crochet stitches, but what I'm gonna show you is how to make this kind of an edge. This is done with a chain 1 and a slip stitch into the single crochet. So I'm gonna make it this one. Option is you can leave it like that here and then attach the bottom part, or you can make another row of 42 stitches, or if you think it's not big enough, you can definitely make another row of increases where it's gonna go up to 48. But for me here I'm gonna do a chain 1 and a slip stitch in the next stitch, and I'm gonna do this all the way around, and this is how I'm gonna get a nice curvy edge. So if you're gonna be using the same method of finishing up as I am, that means chain 1 and a slip stitch in each stitch all the way around. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. So chain 1 and a slip stitch. It looks great, right? So chain 1 and a slip stitch. I'm gonna make 2 chains at the end. Cut the yarn, pull the yarn through, and attach it and finish up. Now I just need to hide the end tail in. And this is gonna be the end of part 1, where I showed you how to make the stem and the cap of this deadly red cap, dead cap, mushroom, toadstool. It has plenty of names depending on where you live, but I'm just gonna call it a little red mushroom. So yeah, end of part 1, where I showed you how to make the cap and the stem.